it's hard enough to do a one-on-one relationship. And I think anytime you add a third, you're then, who do you like best? Who do you hang out with best? Who do you joke with best? Who do you, like, I think unless you're all really secure with yourselves, I think it's way more difficult than a one-on-one.
Welcome back to Behind the Drama, where we're breaking down everything from last night's premiere episode of 90 Day Fiancé. Now we're going to be getting into everything with the show's first throuple.
We're a throuple. A throuple is a three-people relationship. You're dating that person, so you're emotionally involved, physically involved, mentally involved. Nothing is off the table.
Shekinah and Sarper's return.
How do you feel?
Nervous.
I know. Our whole future depends on this, so I really hope it goes well.
Don't say it like this. I become more nervous.
And Stevie worrying her dad won't accept her love from Iran.
He's from Iran, and we will have 90 days to get married.
Of course, I have, some concerns.
I really want you to be able to meet him and be there. That's important.
They hate Americans, you know that, huh?
Now today we're joined by Shawn. Shawn, how are you feeling?
Nervous.
Oh my gosh, nervous. Don't be nervous.
This is not, I'm usually like behind the camera, not in front of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, we are going to be talking about a lot that went down in last night's episode. This show never fails to bring so much drama and so much excitement. I love the series. So before we get into everything that happened on the first episode, you're on the season of the show. What can you tease about what we will see on your journey?
On my journey, I think there's a lot that will get revealed about how I not only work my relationship with my partner, but also how I've navigated with my friends and family. And so I think it would be in ways that people wouldn't expect.
Mm-hmm. How has your life changed since being on the series?
It's interesting to me. I met somebody that was in my season of Love in Paradise, which is where we first were seen on. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Oh, are you getting stopped all the time?" And they said, "No." And they said, "Oh, I'm getting stopped all the time. Like, oh, there's that guy, and from the show, and can I take a picture or whatever?" So I find that interesting because I wasn't expecting so much recognition. And the guy said to me, "Oh, that's because you have a face that people like, that sticks out. You look like the guy from the Burger King ads."
Oh my God, Burger King ads.
Because they were teasing me online that I looked like the Burger King. And so I'm like, well, okay, fine. So maybe that's why they're stopping me.
Well, also, I feel like a lot of people watch the show in LA. Like, people in LA are like obsessed with.
But it's happened all
everywhere?
over, like in the tiniest little towns. So the show has a far reach, the franchise has a far reach. But I will say, I was expecting haters to come up and be like, "Oh, I hate your storyline," or "You're a jerk," or whatever. And everybody has come up and been like really nice and positive. So that part I'm really grateful for.
I can't wait to see more of you this season, but we have to get into this episode because a lot happened. First off, we met the show's first ever throuple.
There's a lot of stigma around a throuple. It's very sexualized. A lot of people assume it's just a hookup, but it's actually a long-term commitment, just like any other two-person relationship.
We're missing our better half.
Every throuple is different, but we speak every day. We know each other's children.
We build friendships.
We celebrate holidays.
You hear each other fart?
Yep.
Now, they're named Matt and Amani. They're a happily married couple with a girlfriend. How do you feel watching them?
My initial hit on Matt is that I was kind of initially thinking, oh, I'm gonna like kind of be anti the guy with two girls, kind of a feeling, like a macho, misogynistic something, but he seems so sweet and nice and go with the flow. He's not like the alpha that I thought.
No, definitely. And it feels like maybe this, I mean, I know we're going to get to know more of them this season, but it seemed like actually it was more of Amani's idea based on what we'd seen in the first episode.
She's the alpha.
yeah. So they're considering divorcing and having one of them marry Ani. Do you think this could cause tension or problems?
I think it's hard enough to do a one-on-one relationship. And I think anytime you add a third, you're then, who do you like best? Who do you hang out with best? Who do you joke with best? Who do you, like, I think unless you're all really secure with yourselves and not looking to compare and contrast and willing to talk it out, that it could survive, but I think it's way more difficult than a one-on-one.
Now, their friends are a bit concerned, and Amani even admitted that she can get jealous.
I tend to be more jealous. I admit it. And being in a throuple, that's an uneven number. So somebody most likely is going to feel left out. This trip is even more nerve-wracking now because we have all these things in the back of our head now that we have to get answered.
What were your thoughts on that?
I don't know how jealousy and threesomes work, so I'll be curious to see how it unfolds.
Yeah. It seems like when there's 3, it's an odd number. Someone could get jealous potentially. We also met Mark, who is with a much younger woman named Mina, and they have a baby. He admits his family is skeptical of his relationship, but what did you think?
I think Mark's just a child because I'm 5 years older than Mark, so he's just growing up now. Actually, I think I'm the oldest person ever on the franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, well, you don't look old. You look great. So I was a bit worried about, after I heard the story his daughter told about the party in Paris where Mina ignored Mark's family.
My brother and I went to Paris to meet Mina and for Maria, the baby's baptism. There was a cocktail hour, there was a catered dinner, multiple open bars. It was very over the top for a baptism party. And Mina was about 4 hours late to the party and kind of left my whole family there while she was getting glammed up. It didn't feel like my family being there was much of a priority to her. So I kind of left Paris feeling that maybe she could be taking advantage of him, could be going after his money, could just be trying to come to the US. I really don't know.
Did that raise any red flags for you?
I don't know. I guess I want to see more of what happened or more of each side because we don't have the side.
We haven't met Mina yet.
Yeah, so I want to hear what she has to say. And once again, I mean, you're talking about different cultures with different ways of being and different acceptance of formalities or how to approach somebody. So maybe an American thinks, oh, you're giving me the cold shoulder or doing something odd, but it's for them normal. So I don't know.
True. One of my personal favorite couples to watch is Shekinah and Sarper. They're back this season. Do you think his visa's gonna get approved?
It's Sarper. Everything's gonna go great.
I feel like we really have seen him grow as a person on the show. I remember I was kind of skeptical of him at first, but it really seems like he's changed a lot for the better, I feel like.
I do too. I think they're a real fascinating couple. I really enjoy watching them. They're both beautiful. They're easy to watch. And he's got a good sense of humor. And he's kind of boyish, I think, is what I feel now as time has gone by knowing him more. It's not just cut and dry and I'm the boss or whatever. There's a playfulness in him.
Definitely, and I feel like I love watching them on social media. Like, Shekinah has like the best Instagram. She's so fun to follow. So I'm hoping the best for them. I'm excited to see, because the show ended on that cliffhanger of Sarper being like, I don't know, but like, I feel like he probably is okay. Like, I feel like him and Shekinah, I'm rooting for them.
Me too.
Now, have you watched them in past seasons?
Yes, all of it.
How has it been for you as a viewer watching their love story unfold?
Their journey? I think it was the same as you, where it's like you're skeptical and then you get to know them more and more. And the thing about Shekinah that I feel like, for me, that's been revealed to me, or how I feel about it, is that I think people thought, oh, maybe she was being manipulated by him or something. But I feel like she's a smart girl and she's, knows what she wants and how she wants it and what she wants a relationship to be like, and they both seem to be agreeing on that in the other iterations of the show. So she's not letting somebody walk all over her.
Yeah, and he got rid of his bottle collection and
and
that
his
black
book.
So turning over a new leaf, as they
He
say.
probably Xeroxed a copy and put it in a safe.
No, no.
In case of emergencies.
Oh my gosh, no. So we saw Stevie. She found love with Maddie from Iran. She hinted at some of the issues they're facing as a couple from countries whose governments don't get along the best.
I think anybody that's in a long-distance relationship has to deal with a lot of difficulties, but we also have added stress because our two countries don't like one another. Maddie and I are not able to exchange gifts. We're not able to send mail. And also, Maddie's country is constantly banning connections with our country. Literally, Maddie and I just want to be together, but we know at any moment a war could start and we could lose that opportunity forever. I'm constantly nervous because I don't know if something's going to go bad and they're going to shut down the airport or something, and then he won't be able to leave. That's like probably my biggest fear. Sometimes it makes me super upset thinking that we've got this far and then there's a possibility that he can't leave.
I really felt for her. What did you think? I feel like that's going to be an intriguing love story to follow.
I can't imagine the small town America with this individual coming into it and how that's all going to play out. I can't wait to see.
Yeah. And she revealed she waited until the last moment to tell her dad about what's going on.
Is he gonna make you wear a jihad and not drive or do
not
anything?
at all. No,
Huh?
he's not.
You don't know. You're his property.
No, it's not like that.
It is like that.
It's
Oh,
not
TV.
like that. I'm telling you, I know him, and it's not like that.
You had to bring him, wait on him hand and foot and stuff
No,
or whatever.
absolutely not.
You know, once you know somebody, they start changing or something. No. I wasn't expecting to hear that. If Maddie comes and has a lot of expectations as far as his upbringing and stuff, that's different from ours, we need to stop and rethink this whole situation.
What did you think about watching that scene? I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's going to need some educating on how everything works. But I also feel like they haven't really seen each other that much in real life. So I'm curious to see, even within their relationship, like on a daily, like how that's going to go.
Well, I feel like it's probably difficult to have somebody who's coming here on a 90-day visa just in general, like no matter what country you're from, you know, like that's an intense amount of pressure. But on top of that, to have this potential issues with his country, she said that he might not be able to go back. Like that's even more added pressure, I feel like.
Yeah, and then what happens? I mean...
Yeah. I guess we'll have to tune into the rest of the season to see how it plays out for them. Which couple are you most looking forward to hearing more from this season?
I want to see how Juan and Jessica navigate 3 boys. You know, that's a lot of kids for a guy that has been on a cruise ship.
Yes.
And
a lifestyle
bartending.
adjustment.
Yeah, like that just to me seems far and wide apart from, and her town is really small also, so I'm kind of, oh, you're traveling the world on a cruise ship and now here's the kids and enjoy.
What advice would you give to new couples who are coming onto this series, or this franchise, I should say?
Wow. Well, I think anybody, like you were alluding to before, like that in a normal world, getting married with anybody, oh, we're planning a year in advance, we're planning 6 months in advance, is the venue available, blah, 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 blah. Like, how do you come to a new country and plan a wedding and get married in 90 days or else?
It's a lot.
It's a lot. The pressure, that alone is amazing.
And also, like, having to adapt to, like, living with I feel like that's even, I mean, I know marriage is a big thing, but I feel like adjusting to living with someone is a really big deal, and I feel like that's probably very difficult.
Yeah, it's not a vacation anymore. It's not like, oh, let's meet up in, you know, Egypt for a weekend or whatever. So it's the daily, and if somebody's got to work and has a career and not available, and somebody else feels left out or alone or lonely and has no support from family and friends because they're in another country, I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Behind the Drama. Make sure to check in every week for more with your reality TV faves, and make sure to tune into the new season of 90 Day Fiancé on Sunday nights on TLC.